Welcome back. This week the kids did a quick brake job on a Honda Civic. They made a brake line for that Grand National, and the pedal car is completed, and we took it up to Cleveland, and we'll let you know how that turned out. Thanks for tuning in. Students are doing a quick brake job on a Honda Civic. Here he's pushing the piston back just a bit to make it easier to get the caliper off. Since we're replacing both rotors, the brackets need to come off as well. Normally an impact driver would work in getting the retaining screws out of the rotor, but in this case, not so much. So we'll drill the head off of it just enough to get the rotor off. You can see there's a nice break there between the rotor and the fastener. Now we just need to tap it off. With the new rotors in place and our caliper brackets installed, we can get busy putting on the new brake pads. Then the calipers and wheels go back on, and that completes the brake job for this Honda Civic. So last time you heard we had the Grand National running, we found that one of the brake lines was rusted pretty badly, so we're going to replace that segment. Here the students are cutting out the bad section of brake line.
There we go.
And they're using the old line as a template to form their new one. The students did a fantastic job of duplicating the old line, so it should fit right into the car, into the brackets, and work perfectly. The line was made a little longer intentionally, so once it's up in the car, we can cut it to fit for our union. With the line secured, it's time to put in our tooling for the first half of our double flare. Looks good. Now the second tooling goes in. With the line rolled over from the first stage, the next one will create our funnel look. There it is, our perfect double flare. Now we'll attach the two with our union, bleed the brakes, and this job will be completed. Here's the first coat of our blue paint that we're going to put on it. It's going to be a little bit darker once we get the third coat on it. And whether we decide to put a stripe on this thing or not remains to be seen. We'll figure that out once we see what time it is, once this is all done. We got 4 coats of blue on the body. Now I'm going to start laying for a white stripe. It's Thursday night, it's almost 7 o'clock. We've got our blue and our white onto the pedal car body. Now I'm going to shoot on a little bit of clear because we're going to be leaving here in about 14 hours. All right, we'll let that flash off and then we'll put on a heavier coat. The paint came out pretty well, so now there's putting the car back together before we head out to Cleveland. One of the things I like to do is to take the kids different places when we go on our trips. So today we're at the Cleveland Zoo. One of my favorite trucks that's here every year is this B model Mack boom truck. Chain drive. The kids got to meet and talk to some interesting people. Here's our pedal car along with the other ones before the auction. Here the kids are enjoying some ice cream before one of my past graduates shows up. And here she is, Katie Tatum, one of my past graduates who is a diesel tech and now lives in Cleveland. We're so excited to see her. We don't get to see each other very much. This is a Chevy Style Master, similar to the one that we built for SEMA. Really learned to hate these cars for a multitude of reasons. This is a very nice example of a Plymouth Superbird. And this is the more rare version, the Dodge Daytona. There were only 503 of these made. We'd have to run the numbers to see if it's an original one, as there are a lot of fakes out there.
CD, Hilton Senior High School, out of Woodbridge, Virginia.
So our car this year didn't bring what we hoped it would have brought. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we're not an Ohio school. But we'll try it again next year anyway. Next time on Bulldog Builds, we're going to rebuild the steering cylinder on our forklift. We're going to mount a motorcycle tire with rim locks. And we'll let you know how Torian and James fared in the state competitions down in Virginia Beach. See you next week.